Hi guys, it's Amber from Amber Eats Books. This is my second attempt at making this video. I just recorded, I don't know, 10 minutes worth of video and someone called and completely messed up my flow and messed up what I was doing. So here I am re-recording this. Anyway, I'm here today just to bring you my chat video for the month. I didn't do one right at the end of October like I normally do, so I figured I would film one today because I actually had some news to share today. So this is probably not going to contain much stuff about books, so if you are not interested, just the next video will be my weekly wrap-up, so you'll be able to hear about books there. But this one is just a chat about stuff going on in my life. Anyway, I found out today that I'm going to be testing for my CDL, my commercial driver's license, on November 12th, which is only a week from tomorrow, and I'm kind of freaking out. I was chatting with Crystal from Crystal the Bookworm, and she said, you know, everything will be fine. Do you feel like you're confident going into the test? And I said, well, yes, I feel confident. I feel confident as far as the fact I know my stuff. I know what I need to do. I know what I have to do. I know what needs to be done. I know all the stuff I memorized. I have it memorized. I know it. But I am so afraid that my anxiety is going to take over and I'm just going to forget everything and not pass my test. I know it is probably such an irrational fear. I do this all the time when there's something new and something I don't know. I obsess about it, and you know, that anxiety just kicks in and overdrive, and I go. I have obsessive compulsive disorder too, so obsessing about things, I obsess way too much sometimes. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, yes, I'm confident, but I'm just nervous that when I get there, that my anxiety, when it cranks up, makes me forget things and makes me not able to concentrate. And I don't want to not pass the test because of just a small, stupid mistake. So I have 8 days to kind of center myself, try to get myself calmed down a bit. I know that no matter what I do the day before the test and the day of the test, I'm just going to be very, very anxious. But I will be less anxious if I know that during my practicing, I've nailed things 100%. So the next week, that's what I'm going to be practicing on, just making sure that I know everything forwards and backwards, because the more prepared I am, the more able I am, not the less anxious I am, but the more able I am to overcome that anxiety. So please, all of you, just keep your fingers crossed for me. Think of me on the 12th, because it's coming up fast and I don't know. I know as soon as I'm done with the test, I'm going to be fine. Everything's going to be fine. And if I pass it, I'm going to be elated. If I don't, I'm going to be disappointed, but you get 3 tries. So I know within 3 tries, I will definitely be able to do it. I'll probably do it in my first try. I'm probably just making it bigger than what it really is. That being said, next week now that I know I'm testing on Saturday, next week is going to be an insanely busy week. I am training every single day, except for Tuesday. I think I'm not training. I am training pretty much every day. I'm going to like the obstacle course. I'm going to be driving the route that we're going to be taking during the actual driving test. So I am going to be practicing, but coupled with that, I am also going to be doing my ride-alongs with my actual bus and bus route that I'm going to be driving after I pass my test. So that's going to be new for me. I haven't started my ride-alongs yet, so now I'm going to have to be up and out of the house by 6:30 in the morning. It's not a problem for me to be up early. I am an early riser just naturally. It will be a little bit of an adjustment to be up and ready and have my youngest ready, because she's coming with me, to have her ready by 6:30. So that's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period too. So I have to ride along. My route I have to be there at 6:45, so I have to leave at 6:30. I will be getting done with my route somewhere around 9:10, 9:15-ish. And then I have to go to train from like 10 to 12:30, maybe 12:45. Then I have to go back and ride my afternoon bus route from like 1:45 until 4:15, somewhere in there. So it is going to be a very hectic week next week. So please, like I said, fingers crossed for me. Keep me in your thoughts, because I don't know how my family's going to deal with me, because that's another thing with my anxiety. I also don't do stress very well. I am just not, I like routine. I like things to be the same. I like to know that if I have my day off, it's my day off. If I'm working, I like to know when I'm working, where I'm working, all of this ahead of time. So next week, with all my schedule being completely disrupted, it's going to be a bit of an adjustment period. And then after taking my test, it's still going to be a bit of an adjustment period, because then I have to get my route and not just be riding along. I'm going to have to be driving it every day and figuring out that daily routine and learning my kids and all of that. So like I said, keep me in your thoughts. It's going to be a long week next week. I'm excited though, like as much as I'm talking about how nervous and anxious and stressed out and crazy I am excited, because I know this is the final step, and then I'll be able to just have my normal route, which I'm thankful for. They were able to get me a route that goes to my elementary school. We have 3 different elementary schools. They were able to get me one that goes to my elementary school, so I'm able to bring my daughter Brooke with me in the morning and be able to drop her off at her school and not have to figure out how I'm going to get her. Is she going to come with me on my high school run? Then I'll have to switch her to someone else's bus so she can get to her school. I don't have to figure any of that out, which I'm super thankful for. I'm so excited that they were able to do that for me. I'm really, really happy. So that is definitely one thing that I'm ecstatic about. I'm also like really excited to meet my kids and to be able to interact with them, because that was part of the job that I was most looking forward to. And for the last 2 months, we have not had any interaction with the kids, because you have to wait until your criminal background tests come back and to make sure that you're safe to be around all these children, obviously. So we've had no interaction. So now I'm really excited that that part of the process is happening. And I'm excited that this training part and the testing part is just about done. I'm one of those people that, you know, just rip the Band-Aid off. If I could have tested tomorrow, I would have done that, because I would rather get it over with. But I know I still have a couple things I just have to iron out with my training, so I'm definitely ready to go for next Saturday. So yeah, it is just gonna be a whirlwind. And then as soon as I start driving, we're getting into Thanksgiving and Christmas. So my driving is gonna be a little off too, because we have those in between. My oldest daughter, she's starting swim team. She's done swim team every year. And I don't know if I told you guys this, maybe in a very early video. In March of this year, she came down with a case of neurological Lyme disease. The doctors were not sure what it was. They had no idea. Her Lyme test came back negative, so they didn't think it was Lyme. They actually diagnosed her with something called conversion disorder, which is basically these symptoms are kind of, with conversion disorder, you're feeling real symptoms, but they're not real. However, I fought that diagnosis from day one, and I said, that's not who my daughter is. That's not how she is. And I ended up fighting and getting her on some Lyme medication. And wouldn't you know, all of her symptoms went away after she finished, after she was on the Lyme medication for a while and finished it. And she has not had a reoccurrence since then. So if any of you have gone to the doctor and think like your diagnosis is maybe not correct, I highly recommend always getting either a second opinion or researching things on your own so you are really prepared. Anyway, after I gave you that whole background, during this Lyme disease, this neurological Lyme disease, she lost the ability to walk. She could not walk at all. And she also had these episodes where she kept passing out. She would just be sitting here, we would be talking, she'd start laughing, she'd pass out. And they would happen sometimes one right on top of the other. So she couldn't walk, she was passing out, and we went through all of this and finally gave her the Lyme medication and everything went away, and she had physical therapy for a couple of months and she is back to normal. So her being able to actually participate in a sport is beyond, is just beyond what we thought was going to be possible a few months ago. It is just something that I am so thankful for and so excited about. So she's going to be starting her swim team practices, which means just again, another change to my schedule. So I'll have to learn how to, go from my bus lot to pick her up and come home. And it's a lot, but I'm thankful for this one. I'm really thankful that she'll be able to participate, because it was so questionable just a few months ago whether she was going to be able to even walk and be able to go back to school full time. And she did. She was able to do it right before school, August. She got her full faculties back and she was able to get back into the full normal school routine. So thankful for that. And then my other two are just, they're doing well. They're in their schoolwork is going well. My son, he is actually doing all of his homework this year, which is such a change. There's like no fighting when he gets home from school. He just goes, he does his homework. That has been such a joy. And my youngest, we had a conference for her, Brooke, just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago maybe, we had a conference for her, and she is above grade level in every single aspect. She can be a little, I wouldn't say disruptive, but she does talk a little bit too much. But then the teacher thinks some of that has to do with she gets bored easily. So they're working on trying to challenge her a little bit more, because she is the youngest in her class. So moving her ahead would not really be beneficial for her emotionally speaking. I mean, she is one of the most mature kids in her class as well. So not only is she smart, but she has the maturity to go with it, but they really just don't want to move her ahead anymore. That would just, it might not be good for her being that young at that age and with older kids. So they are working on trying to challenge her. So I thought that was fantastic though, to hear that she is so far advanced. Her reading is on a 4th or 5th grade level and she's only in 2nd grade. Her spelling, again, 4th or 5th grade, and math, she's more like a 3rd going into maybe 4th grade level for her math. So it's just wonderful to hear. My husband has been working like crazy as well. He's been getting a lot of overtime. He put in for a new position at his job. So please, again, keep your fingers crossed, keep us in your thoughts, because it would be fantastic if he could just get that new position. It'd be really beneficial for us. But yeah, I think that's really all I have to talk about today. I just wanted to update you guys, update you where I've been, what I've been doing. Oh, and the whole point of this updating you, I don't know how many videos I'll be able to make over the next week. I will definitely do a wrap-up video each week. My weekly reads video. I will do that. I will let you guys know where I am in my reading, what I'm doing, but I might not have time to make other videos. It just might not be feasible. I need some downtime too, because on top of all my anxiety and stress things, I am also an introvert, so I need some quiet time. I need time to just sit here and be by myself reading in the quiet in order to recharge my batteries. So like I said, don't know how many videos I'll get done. I'm definitely going to do my weekly reads videos, but just bear with me. Once I get my new routine and new schedule down, I will be able to go back to doing at least 2 to 3 videos a week. Anyway, how's your guys' week been? Has it been as crazy as mine? I hope you guys have a really great rest of the week, and happy reading.